The summer sun is setting on the small town of Villisca, Iowa. It has been a day of fellowship and traditional family get-togethers for the parishioners of the Presbyterian Church. It is June 9th, 1912, and the children have prepared quite a wonderful evening for their families. Bible verses, singing, and skits that they've been working so hard on. The sound of children's laughter fills the air as the families make their way back to the church. Ina and Lena Stillinger skip happily along with their best friend, Mary Catherine Moore. They giggle as they conjure up a grand scheme that will allow them to have a sleepover together. After all, it wouldn't be safe for the girls to walk to their own home as darkness fell. Better to stay with friends, or so they thought. Big Sister Blanche gives permission for the girls to stay with the Moores, a sisterly gesture that would haunt her forever. It is the morning of June 10th. The slight chill of early summer dawn is in the air, the perfect time to get your morning chores out of the way. Mary Peckham, friend and neighbor of the Moore family, goes about her daily routine, only she notices something, an eerie quiet from the house next to hers. That's odd, she ponders. After all, the Moores have 4 children, all under the age of 11. Quiet is not something she is used to at this time of the day. After a couple hours of quiet tranquility, she can no longer sit idle. She knocks upon the door. No answer. She tries to open the door, but it is locked. She knows that something is not right. "Hello, Ross. This is Mary Peckham," she trembles. "You need to get over to your brother's house right away. Something is not right." The haunting echo of the creaking door envelops the silence within. Ross makes his way to Mary Catherine's bedroom downstairs. What he sees will change the small town of Villisca, Iowa, forever. Innocence lost. Evil has been here, and what is left behind will be the cause for speculation, accusations, and the stained reputation of many prominent citizens of this once quiet town. Josiah 43, Sarah 39, and the children. Herman Montgomery 11, Mary Catherine 10, Arthur Boyd 7, Paul Vernon 5, and the guests. They sought safety with the Moore family, but the power of darkness prevailed. Ina May, 8, and Lena, age 12, would not know the safety of their mother's arms ever again. Each victim had been bludgeoned to death with Josiah Moore's own axe. Lena, the sole victim to show defensive wounds, had been violated in a way that no 12-year-old should ever be preyed upon. This crime was diabolical in nature, stealing virtue and purity and sending 8 innocent people to an untimely, eternal rest. It is the nature of every paranormal investigator to seek evidence of spirit and to inquire to those beyond the grave in order to make a connection with those that have passed. Do we disrupt their eternal rest, or do we give them comfort that their deaths were not in vain, that people care about them and wish to seek answers to such a tragic event? We were honored to have the chance to pay our respects to this family and to seek answers for the evil that trespassed against them on that warm summer night. Many people may never get the chance to see this historic home, and so this is for you. A glimpse into the lives of a loving family and one of America's most tragic unsolved cases.
So basically, June 9th, 1912, the town had the church service. The Moores came home with Ina and Lena Stillinger. Next morning, Mary Peckham's up at 4 in the morning, and by 8:30, she's just like, something's not right.
Yeah.
So phone calls are made. Ross Moore uses his key on the door, and he lit a match and just walked straight into this room. And this is where Ina and Lena Stillinger were found. The axe was left propped up against the door, the raw bacon on the floor. The 2 little girls were just side by side here. This is actually Catherine's room, but she let her friends have it.
Yeah.
Mirrors covered throughout the whole thing. They did find one of the girls' underwear under the bed. He had wiped the blade of the axe off with him.
Oh, brother.
And that's where you get, like, they were buried. It's all over with. 6 months, 7 months later, the newspaper guy puts out a headline, no doubt the work of a sexual pervert, because he did it with naked with underwear on his head. I'm like, how do you know that?
Yeah.
What I think happened was these two were last. Right as boom, boom, reached behind, because the other sister didn't have her underwear on either. I mean, you had like a pair for the week back then.
Yeah.
Grabbed it, wiped the blade of the axe off, threw it, walked over, put the axe. Just seems like a fluid movement, you know?
Yeah.
I think he was in the attic waiting for him to come home. Crept out, just boom, boom on the parents to incapacitate them. Took a few steps towards the staircase, heard something, and just froze holding the axe. Because there's a pool of blood at the top of the steps that didn't match the parents' blood.
Yeah.
Then probably went in, got those kids, boom, 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 real quick. Came back down, got these two. Then probably went back up, got them again, back down here again.
Oh,
Left the axe, covered the mirrors, made himself something to eat.
yeah.
We'll go on up here. So this is the parents' bed. You can sit on anything but this. One of the overnights broke the spring, which happens.
Yeah.
I just haven't had it fixed yet.
Yeah, you can see it's kind of...
Yeah, it's kind of wonky. Mirrors covered, of course. This is one of the axe marks left behind. So he's hitting them with a blunt end as the blade's back. He's coming up like this, cutting into the ceiling, back of the wall. Attic area.
Oh my God.
So everybody tells me this is where the killer hid, which probably, because the cigarette butts were in here, and if you're hiding in the house, this is the best place to go. But then again, we have no idea. No one was here.
Right.
You know? Have you ever heard Reverend Kelly's confession?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somewhat. Yeah.
Okay. So he said, voices told him, rise, Peter, slay and eat. He went for a walk, ended up across the street, and a shadow came out of the backyard and handed him the axe. 1918, nobody's talking about shadow figures.
Yeah. Wow.
But if the person was hiding in here, he's just thinking about what he's going to do. That intent and horribleness just had to saturate this place.
A lot of good trigger items in here too.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
There's some nails coming down, so don't kill yourself in here.
Oh. Did you see this shoe under here?
This is where Herman, Paul, Boyd, and Catherine were all found. Like I said, this whole upstairs, man, it's just... Anytime I would investigate, I'd just plop down on a bed, and this is where I stayed.
Yeah.
This thing has a tendency to start playing on its own. And it's like just a wind up.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So basically all the Moore children are in here.
Yep.
2, and 2, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, there she goes.
And I honestly wonder what's even haunting this house. I think this house is haunting itself.
Yeah.
There's just so much stuff that happens that has nothing to do with the kids or the family.
Yeah.
And with stuff brought in. Who knows what's hanging out with you guys?
Right.
You know?
Yeah, everybody comes in, right, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so we've been setting up for a couple hours now, and we're ready to go. So let's show some of the stuff that we're going to use tonight. As you can see, we set up the DVR system. We have 6 night vision cameras all set up in different rooms, one out in the barn. So hopefully we'll catch something on that. We got a pretty cool Phasma box right there, which we'll show you how that works later. Like a spirit box type thing.
Just showing some of these.
Just a few things that we're going to be using tonight. Not a whole lot, but we got the K2 meter for EMF. We got the best EVP recorder ever, the DR60. We got 2 night vision cameras, handheld. We got the PSP7 spirit box. We got the laser grid, which is pretty cool. I don't know if you'll be able to see it with the camera, but I love this thing.
Oh yeah, you can see it. Show
Love
it,
that
show it
thing.
up there again.
Okay, here we are, showing this. So you'd be able to see if any shadows, you know, you set it up and see if any shadows go by. So, other than that, we got a couple of phone apps we'll be using. That's about it. So, let's get started.
Yeah, let's go.
Right? Let's
Yeah.
go. Ew, it does smell. What the hell?
Maybe it's just must, because it's
Could be.
it's musty. You know.
Okay, round 2. Lena and Ina's room. Sorry we got interrupted when we were trying to talk to you. But we really would like to play with you guys. There's so many toys here and we just want to play. We're like 2 little kids.
I want to play with this ball. Can you knock this ball off onto the floor so I can play with it? Can you sing me a song?
If it's not Lena or Ina here, who is here?
Do you want us to leave? Can you make a noise? Can you make a loud noise? If that was you, thank you, but can you make a loud noise?
Right off the bat, we hear this.
Yeah, something beeping.
You here with us? You talked to me when I was alone here. And Ina's downstairs. Lena and
Yeah,
Ina, you
that's
here
it.
with us?
You're not supposed to be here.
Lena and Ina's downstairs. Lena and Ina, you here with us?
Yeah, that was a pretty good one.
Yeah, that one does sound like you're not supposed to be here.
Yeah, and it was, because it wasn't a child's voice.
No, definitely, that was a man.
Yeah. Maybe JB. How many of you are here with us right now?
How many children slept in this room? 3? No, there wasn't 3.
Are you here with us?
Nah.
Who's here with us right now? What's your name?
Are you a girl or a boy?
Girl.
Is Catherine, is that you? Hi. Hi, Catherine. How are you? Good. We're good, too. We came a long way to visit you. Do you want to play with us? What do you want to play? Do you want to play dolls?
Can you play with this ball right here on the floor? Can you move the ball?
Oops, that was me.
Are you happy that we're here? Do you like having visitors come to your house? Gets quiet sometimes.
Yeah.
Who comes to visit you here a lot? What's his name?
Okay, EVP, we are up in the attic. So, we would like to talk to the person who committed this terrible crime. Is this where you hid out? Is this where you were hiding when you were waiting for that family to come home from church?
What made you kill those babies?
Did somebody tell you to do this terrible thing?
What made you kill those babies?
Did somebody tell you to do this terrible thing?
What made you kill those babies?
Did somebody tell you to do this terrible thing? We heard you were smoking up here. Is that true? I have a cigarette right here in my hand. If you want it, it's right here.
Give us a sign to show us that you're here with us.
Can you tell us your name, the person who did this? Why did you do it?
Are you a coward?
So funny, because that's the word I was just going to use. I was going to ask him what made him do a cowardly act like this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to call you out, but that's the way it goes. Anybody who would hurt anybody, especially children, is not a good person. We want to talk to this person right now.
This house is known to fluctuate with its presence of paranormal activity. Although our night here was fairly quiet, with little to be captured on our equipment, we could feel the presence of sadness throughout the house. Within the darkness surrounding us, we could feel the echoes of the past. This house holds many secrets. Only the shadows within know what truly happened that night. No earthly justice was attained. No penance for the bloody crimes within. What madness drives one to not only take a life in such a barbaric manner, but to slay the pure of heart, leaving nothing but emptiness for those left behind? We'd like to take this time to thank all of you who support our channel, including our amazing patrons. The very special thank you to our founding member patrons, TresAnn, Alec and Marcia Glickman, Lochary Davenport, Tamra Banarama, Jessica Coulter, and Explore NC. As always, thank you for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.